Now, Treasury Cabinet Secretary Prof Njuguna Ndungu says the country is in a financial crisis and the government is literally struggling to stay afloat. Appearing before the National Assembly's Finance Committee, the Treasury boss says they are having difficulties in raising salaries for civil servants, let alone the MP's demands for 9 billion shillings in NG-CDF disbursement. And as our very own Stephen Leto reports, Ndungu blames the current crisis on the El Nino rains, among other issues.
Government employees could be staring at a dry Christmas holiday, going by Treasury Cabinet Secretary Prof Njuguna Ndungu's admission that the country is in a financial fix. Appearing before the Kuria Kimani-led Finance Committee of the National Assembly, the Treasury CS told MPs that the government has not collected enough revenue due to the extreme El Nino rains.
1 year, Kenya has gone into two extremes. There's a severe drought, and now there is El Nino. In both cases, we have reallocated budget, a supplementary budget, and recurrent budget, and even development budget to save lives. In both cases. At the same time, because those extremes also create a recession, we are not getting adequate tax revenues. So you can imagine.
According to the CS, the revenue shortfalls have been exacerbated by the heavy rains pounding the country, occasioning new demands on government funds. The failure to meet revenue targets could, in the long run, affect payment of civil servant salaries on time.
So in a sense, we are struggling just to be on the same position. By the way, I can tell you, we are even having trouble with salaries. We are clearing salaries with arrears. In fact, that's what I started looking at in the morning. I was even called by the governor in Nairobi County telling me that, look, I'm going to be impeached. What are we going to do? I have not given salaries. You can imagine it's a liquidity issue which is short term.
Please share the truth before time catches up with you. Share the truth. Say, kimeumana. Give me time, kidogo. You will be able to sort out the problem.
On Tuesday, National Assembly members paralyzed operations in Parliament, forcing a premature adjournment of the National Assembly's proceedings. They were protesting failure by Treasury to disburse the NG-CDF funds. Appearing before the MPs, the Treasury Cabinet Secretary said the Exchequer was working round the clock to release the funds before the Christmas holiday, but told MPs, quote, "We are struggling."
So we are going to ride over this, but in the meantime, we are just begging for a little bit of time. We are working 24 hours to make sure that we resolve this, and we want to make sure that how we resolve it also does not ignite solvency challenges.
MPs now want Treasury to put on hold funding of some projects, including the fertilizer subsidy program, to make money available for them. The lawmakers want 9 billion shillings before Christmas Day.
You have the capacity to hold some things that can hold. You know, even the fertilizer subsidy that we gave budget of about 8 billion can hold because it is meant for the next season for fertilizer. That's around March, April. But children are January 39. So there are things in this budget that you can hold for the sake of the children of Kenya.
Just work on something. If you can raise the 9 billion, that would be very important. And I understand, is it World Bank or IMF? They are giving us 100 billion for budget support. I don't know when.
Senators kept away from Parliament Wednesday to protest the failure to disburse the Senate Oversight Fund by Treasury.
It's not an issue of whether we're whipping or not whipping. Members are there. But when their demands are not met, you don't expect them to also cooperate.
I've been here from 9:30 because 9:30 was the appointed time, and the senators have not been able to reach quorum. So for whatever reason, I don't know.
Parliament goes on long recess from Thursday and resumes in February next year.
As a matter of fact, and for the record of this House, this financial year, every constituency in the Republic of Kenya, without any discrimination, receives 64 million shillings, 759 million 375.
Stephen Leto, Citizen TV.